Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about, don't we? And I know, guys, I told y'all, I know a lot of y'all, again, and I'm going to keep saying this. I know some of you guys are like, Ty, dude, I'm telling you, where are you getting your insight from? Some of y'all know that I'm a minister and y'all think that I got some prophetic gift, and I don't. Some of you guys think because I've been to the White House, I met President Trump, met a few people on the staff, and I actually have contacts with a lot of producers from these news networks. You guys are thinking that I have some sort of inside information to be able to make these predictions. What are you talking about, Ty? Good morning to all of you, by the way. I know I've been gone for a while, and some of it has something to do with what you guys are getting ready to hear right now. I have had a chance to talk with some close people to the administration. That's the reason why you guys didn't see me posting about anything or doing something for a while. And I was out of town as well. But again, let me reiterate this. Let me just say hello to all of you guys that are in here right now. I appreciate you guys taking your time out of your day to view my content. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button right now. That way content like this can stay consistently recommended to you. And when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification. It will bring down another drop box for you to select all notifications. That way you will be notified whenever I do post a video. And like I said earlier, I am not, although I'm a minister, I'm an evangelist, but although I'm a minister, I don't have the gift of prophecy, okay? Ty, why are you saying it? Because a lot of people are, I got so many messages, so many DMs, so many emails. Dude, exactly what you predicted came true. How do you know this? I'm telling you, you got a gift, and I'm telling you that I don't. Then to the other ones who, wrote and emailed me and were saying things on the verge of, Ty, we know that you've been to the White House before with Trump, and we know that you are in cahoots with a lot of people that are close to Trump, da-da-da-da-da. So where are you getting your information from? I didn't get it from them. Those of you who think that I'm getting some sort of inside information from, I'm open with you guys. I'm transparent with you guys. Look, that word is not meaning anything now, is it? But I'm transparent with you guys. I don't get my information in regards to these predictions that I'm making from anyone. I'm just profiling it. I'm literally profiling it. So I know you guys, I told you guys that I get a lot of good information from a lot of producers from these different news networks and things like that. But in regards to what you guys see happening right now, that is of no prophetic or no special, no insider information or anything like that at all. Okay, I'm just letting you guys all know that. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, did you guys see the thumbnail that I posted? So when you guys are asking, Ty, what prediction did you make? I made a prediction about nothing coming of the Epstein file. I made a prediction that if they keep on talking about it because nothing's going to come of it, Trump is going to find some shape, form, or fashion to defend Pam Bondi because of how poorly she did handling this. I made that prediction. I told you guys that when Pam Bondi first came on the scene and she first said, I'm going to have this on my desk and I'm upset and I'm disappointed, I told you guys that was just like a false cover-up because she knew everything that she needed. She knew what she had. And I told you guys that they were going to flip this. I said it. I said it don't make sense because you get into this role and you get this information and you telling the world that you have this stuff on your desk and you say that people are going to be brought to justice. And all of a sudden, when y'all trick those influencers to coming out with those binders and there was nothing in there, I said, y'all, something don't smell right about this. I don't think we're going to get the answers that we're all looking for. And sure enough, we're not getting them. And then I said, guys, don't be surprised if they come out and say, look, can we just leave this alone and focus on what's going to happen in America? Can we focus on all the good things? And I told you guys that I said that's going to happen. Then I said, or there's going to be a lot of natural disasters. There's going to be some type of war conflict. It's going to be something that's going to distract our minds off of the Epstein list. I said that months ago. I said it weeks ago. And sure enough, here we are getting that very thing. So some folks thought that some of you guys were saying how y'all thought that because you visited the White House and you got to sit down and talk with Trump before, you guys thought that I got some sort of inside information. I didn't. I'm literally just profiling what it is. All you have to do is take a lot of things that you learned in life. Some of you guys, like me, I'm a director, right? Some of you guys, if you ever been a director, a boss, or anything like that, you know there's strategies and there's ways to where you can do things to where it covers other people. What are you saying that for, Ty? Everybody started coming at Pam Bondi, and the minute Trump jumped to her defense, in the video that I showed you guys about 2 weeks ago, I said something's not right about this at all, ladies and gentlemen. Something is not right about this. Now, the last video I did talking about the Epstein files, I told you guys, we are not going to get the answers at all. So I said, although I'm disappointed at that, to help a lot of people out, I said it's best if the Epstein files did not affect you directly as an individual, I said it's best for you to leave it alone. I don't want to leave it alone. I get it. But I understand that since I'm not and you're not, we are not going to get anything out of this. We're not going to get the answer. I said you will do yourself a favor by just being pissed off like a lot of us are, but you're going to have to accept the fact we're not going to get the answer. Don't spend the rest of your days or months dwelling on it because we're not going to get the answer. Therefore, I said you might want to just swallow this hard pill and we're going to have to move on. Now, here's what got crazy. I didn't know that I was gonna while I was away getting some information, and while I was away doing some other things, as you guys saw me posting, I didn't know that a lot of people were like, heck no, forget this. We want this information. So this is what got crazy, is that today, and I said this, if they keep on talking, I said, I'm the type of person like, no. Respectfully, sir, I wasn't talking to you. I said, if I was that reporter, when President Trump jumped in and snapped, I said, I would say, respectfully, sir, I'm not asking you. I'm asking Pam Bondi. Right? Well, I didn't know that there are some people who are in high places, and I promise not to say their names, that they are really close to President Trump, and they went and asked these same questions, and they said, this is what a lot of people who supported you, and I did not know my name was going to be thrown in the mix. Yeah, my name got thrown in the mix. These are what your greatest supporters are saying, President Trump. And what's crazy about this, and I guess it really got his attention, is that these particular individuals show President Trump a lot of black conservatives, so-called conservative, a lot of black people who supported him greatly. I did not know they was going to show him videos of us talking about this matter, right? So anyway, I got a message last night that said, Ty, be ready for a response tomorrow from President Trump. I'm like, what, you mean like to me? They're like, no, just be ready for a response from President Trump in regards to a lot of individuals about this Epstein list. I was just told that. So guess what? You get up this morning, I'm going about my day. I checked a lot of my stuff. I didn't see anything. Well, someone alerted me. Y'all know him really well, and I'm not going to say his name. Like I said, I'm pretty sure if you guys see who I'm subscribed to on my channel, and you see other people that I'm subscribed to that do this type of content that I do, you guys will know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm going to leave it at that. Well, they said, dude, check what President Trump just did. And I was like, whoa. You guys all see the thumbnail picture, right? You see the thumbnail picture. This says right here, under pressure from MAGA supporters and strong Trump supporters, President Donald Trump said Attorney General Pam Bondi should release whatever she thinks is credible. Right? He said she should release whatever she thinks is credible. Wait a minute. See, now we're going from there is nothing to there is something. No, first we went from we got something. Here's the list. Give it to those, give it to those conservative content creators, well-known supporters. There was nothing in there. She turns around. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't have everything, and the FBI didn't give me everything, and I'm so upset. Let me get a hold of Kash Patel. I find out there's truckloads of stuff, so we're going to get that, and we're going to do this, right? We kept on demanding it. And then for them to come out and say there's no evidence and there's no client list, well, just like a lot of people that are persistent, they didn't give up. No. You said truckloads. We got you on video saying there's video evidence of these kids. Now you're telling us that there's no child, there was child pornography and all this. We're saying, okay, we get that. We want to know who was doing things with these children in the videos, because it wasn't all Epstein, okay? Your son, President Trump, mentioned the list. J.D. Vance mentioned the list, right? Pam Bondi mentioned the list. And now y'all saying there is no list. Well, Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, liberals, whatever you want to call them, nobody bought the bull crap. So a lot of people just kept on saying, hey, wait a minute, no, this is not right. This is not right. This is not right. Okay? I'm just giving you guys an update. So, today, President Trump, I told y'all what he was going to do. President Trump said today on his Truth Social, right? He said their new scam is whatever will forever be called the Epstein Hoax. And my past supporters have bought into this bull, hook, line, and sinker. Trump posted this. He said they haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. He said, I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history, and all these people want to talk about, with strong prodding by fake news and success-starved Dems, is Jeffrey Epstein hoax. Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible, unprecedented success, because I don't want their support anymore. A number of prominent Trump supporters, including a lot of online influencers who greatly support him, have called for the administration to release more information around the Epstein files. Far-right activist Laura Loomer and Rep. Lauren Boebert, 2 staunch Trump allies, are among those who have called for a special counsel to look into this matter. Trump supporters state, I don't understand. Why would they think that we wouldn't be interested? The Justice Department and the FBI issued a joint memo last week that stated Epstein did not have a client list and confirmed he died by suicide. Now, this is what I tell y'all to get me into trouble, okay? It's hard for a lot of individuals to accept it. And I'm telling you guys, I understand the frustration. I understand that you're mad. I understand that you feel like that you were lied to or bamboozled. But I really want you to really let this sink into your mind, sink into your spirit, sink into your soul. You're not going to get the answers in regards to the Epstein list. Would we want them? Yes. And some of you are right now, and some of y'all are probably misinterpreting how I'm coming off. I'm not saying this in a way of saying y'all not going to get the list, so shut up and move on about your life. That's not the way I'm saying it. I'm letting you know that it's not going to happen. Okay? Trump's response in this, which I don't agree with, I'm telling you, I don't agree with the response in this, is letting me know they are not going to release anything. Now, here's the trick behind all this. I'm one of those people, and I told y'all that got me in trouble. Yes, you said there's no list. Okay, is there a Rolodex? Is there a tally? Is there a record? That's me. See, people can do things like this by saying there is no list. It's the same thing how I was able to crack through the CR. Y'all remember? If you were watching me and you don't know much about me, I'm known as the Illinois father that went viral for busting up the critical race theory bullcrap that they were teaching in school. See, this is what they did with critical race theory. They said critical race theory is not on any books in any of the schools, Ty. So you are wrong. You are a liar. They thought they thought that they were gonna be able to get me with that. Let me say this again because I want y'all to catch on and understand this. They said Ty, the Illinois father that went viral for destroying critical race theory. That's what they know me as, right? They said, Ty, there is no critical race theory books in any of these schools. Critical race theory is only taught in college. They thought I was stupid. Now, this is what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the words critical race theory weren't on any books in school, but the principles, the ideology of critical race theory were in a lot of those kids' books. So let me give you an example. I can say, hey, the Holy Bible is not in school. Holy Bibles are not in school. But then yet, if you find in your kids' books that you see stuff in there that says, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not, bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not lay down with a beast as you would a man, thou shalt not lay down with a beast as you would a woman. What would you guys say? You would say they are teaching the Bible in there. Yeah, the words Holy Bible may not be on the books, but the principles of the Bible is being taught. So what I'm saying here is that they can say there is no client list. There is no client list. Okay, then there's no list. Well, then, okay, is there a Rolodex? Is there a tally? Are there notes? Are there jots? Is there any records? We won't use the word list. So anyway, that's what got me in trouble. So from what I was told, these individuals went and said this exact thing. So now what we're getting, President Trump said, I don't understand it. I don't understand. Why would they be so interested? He's been dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest is and what the fascination is. I really don't. And the credible information has been given. See, that's what I'm saying. I still support President Trump, by the way, but I know what he's doing right here is all I'm telling y'all. This whole sleight of words, distracting of words, we're not fascinated with Epstein. Nice try, President Trump. I'm just saying, I still support Trump. I still love what Trump is doing with the country. But there's one thing right here, what a lot of people ask for, you're not getting this. Y'all said promises made, promises kept. Not this one. You're not going to get this one. I'm just letting y'all know. So when he said, I don't understand why they would be so interested. He's been dead for a long time. Yeah, see, nice try, President Trump. We're not talking about Epstein. Y'all follow me? We're not talking about Epstein. We don't care. I don't care that Epstein is dead. I'm not fascinated or obsessed with Epstein at all. I don't care. The man is dead. What I'm interested in is if anybody played a role in doing anything to these children besides Epstein, besides Maxwell. That's what the American people want to know. So that's what I'm saying. In me, and I know some of those producers are watching right now, you can go back and tell the camp that a lot of Americans are not interested in Epstein at all. We're interested in any grown men or grown women who are doing things with these children, and whoever these grown men and grown women may be, we want to know who they are, because if they are in Congress or in any municipality, or if there's any individuals that we voted for, any celebrities that we love and go and watch, we would like to know if they were included in any of these videos, tens and thousands of hours of child pornography. We, the people, would like to know. Why? Because we would feel absolutely horrible knowing and thinking that we are voting for individuals that we feel are righteous, when all along these people were pedophiles. That's what it is. It's nothing about Epstein. We don't care about Epstein. He's dead. We don't care. So I think what messed this up right here is that President Trump said he doesn't want their support anymore. Well, of course, you don't want the support anymore because you already got it. And let me make this clear to any of you out here that think, or somebody like they have done, I didn't even know it, don't try to use my video and take it out of context as saying, up, Trump party is falling apart. They're not supporting Trump anymore. I still support Trump. I'm just letting you guys know, as a fellow American, that this is a way of saying you're not going to get it. That's all I'm saying. I'm just letting you know, this is just our way of saying you're not going to get it. And then President Trump turned around and told Pam Bondi he'll let her release anything else she feels is credible, which most likely is going to be a whole lot of nothing. It's going to be a whole lot of nothing. Arguably, I'm getting ready to tell you my opinion again. I believe for this amount of protection, there are a lot of individuals, world leaders, that are on that list. I believe there are a lot of prominent figures that are on that list, file, record, jot, tally, whatever you want to call it. I believe a lot of them are on it. I believe that when President Trump got in and they seen who these politicians were and how involved these politicians were, I believe that President Trump used it as leverage to get at those Democrats or those Republicans to do what he feels he needs to do to get the America agenda first thing pushed through. I really believe that. I believe that a lot of Democrats and Republicans who are shutting their mouths right now and are not demanding this list thing, I believe some of them are on it. So y'all say, Ty, no, that's not okay. So here's my thing. To the MAGA and to the Republicans, what did y'all say whenever when Elon Musk and Doge went in and started cleaning up shop with all the stuff they were doing with the USAID, with all the stuff they were doing with our tax money? What did y'all say when a lot of Democrats came out screaming and yelling? Who elected Elon Musk? He's not an elected official. Who elected him? Who elected these teenagers? What did y'all say about those individuals that was running their mouth a lot? Y'all said the ones who screamed a lot only were screaming a lot because they are scared that they are going to be the ones being found out about this. And now I say to you, when they said they were going to release these Epstein files, when they came out and said there is no client list, I just knew that every last Democrat, I knew that every last Republican, I knew all of them was going to be like, hold on, President Trump. I just knew all the Democrats definitely were going to be like, hey, nope, let's get him. Nope. Trump, nope. I just knew every last Democrat was going to jump on this. A lot of Democrats are silent. I knew that the Republicans, the Senate, Republicans have the Senate, Republicans have the House. I just knew that Republicans were going to go, hey, come on now, President Trump. This is what we promised the people. This is why they put us in this position. This is why we have the House, the Senate, the presidency. We swung the states and all that. We got to give the people what the people want, President Trump. I just knew a lot of Republicans were going to jump on board and say it too. But the fact that a lot of Democrats are not like hell bent on this, and this is the reason why I say I think that a lot of Republicans, Democrats, celebrities, world leaders have gone completely silent and not demanding it as much as the American people are. Y'all, I know y'all may not think it, but we know for a fact that based on picture evidence and things like that, we know, I'm talking about on Epstein Island, in Epstein's quarters on those islands, that there were some world leaders in there. There were some people of royalty there, right? So don't be so naive to think that a lot of these world leaders weren't participating in this thing with Epstein. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to give you guys this update in regards to this. I hate to be the bearer of bad news and to telling you guys that you're not going to get out of this Epstein list what you thought you were going to get. I hate to be the one to tell you. With that being said, unless you are directly affected by Epstein and you are feeling the ramifications of what Epstein may have did to you, your family, or anything like that, for us regular Americans who Epstein had no direct effect on, I'm just telling y'all as a friend, you might as well just leave it alone And let's move on to the next phase and what's going to be here in our lives, because we unfortunately are not going to get the answers in regards to this Epstein list. If you think that Trump is protecting certain individuals or protecting himself, you're free to think that. If you think that this is a chess move by President Trump to blackmail the ones that are in the swamp to do the will of his First Amendment agenda, you got that opinion. If you think that it's always been a nothing burger, you can say that. If you say that Trump is making this whole thing up, now Trump is saying that it's a hoax. I'm telling you personally, I don't believe that. I don't believe that this was no hoax, because guess what? I'm gonna leave y'all with this too. When they made up the Russia stuff on President Trump, right? Trump said it was a hoax. How do we know it was a hoax, President Trump? Because later on, evidence proved that it was a hoax. When they came out with Biden's laptop, President Trump said Biden's laptop from hell can prove a lot of stuff. We, the people, said Biden's laptop, Hunter Biden laptop from hell, can prove a lot of stuff. What did the media say? Oh, it's a hoax. It's a hoax. But evidence proved it wasn't a hoax. So now that we're saying that the Epstein list, President Trump said the Epstein list is a hoax. How are we going to know, Mr. President, if we don't get any evidence to prove that it was and is indeed a hoax? This is, y'all, I told y'all. Some of y'all might get pissed off. Some of y'all might unsubscribe to me because you thought that I was for the right, as in the political party, or you thought I was for the left as a political party. I always preach and I always teach. And those of you that are in here right now that's been with my channel for a long time, my moderators, they will tell you Ty has always been about truth and being for the up. I never said that I'm a right winger or a left winger. I've always been about pushing out the truth. I don't care who's in the position of being a president or leadership. If they're doing something that kind of throws me off, it seems a little sus, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to say something about it. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. There's nothing wrong with holding your leaders accountable. It's nothing wrong with those that you voted for and put into position. They work for us. Therefore, we should have the right to demand certain answers. And even if they do come back at us and try to make us feel, how dare we question them? No, no, no. Hands up, we're questioning you. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will see what's going to be held in the future. Maybe this is going to be a thing like the JFK files. Maybe years from now, there may be a different president who said, you know what, we're going to release the real Epstein list files, tally records, all that. We're going to release that. And this is what you guys didn't get. Maybe that'll come one day, plain and simple. Maybe it may come one day, plain and simple. But as of right now, it's not going to happen. So as a friend, what I would tell you to do is let's continue to focus on what actually is going to affect our everyday lives, and that's groceries, gas, taxes, immigrants, asylum seekers, dreamers. Let's focus on those things right there, because it may be a hard pill to swallow, but if you were not directly affected by Epstein and what he did, this really is not going to have no effect on your life. Let's keep it real. I'm just being, as a friend, I'm keeping it real. You not knowing who was on the Epstein list and everything like that, is it really going to affect your day-to-day life or anything like that? No. But you know what's going to affect your day-to-day life? Electricity bill, gas bill, jobs being taken, crime, illegal immigration. That's what's going to affect your daily life. And if Trump is putting in the work to make that easier for you and I when it comes to our daily lives, that's the thing that really matters. So I get the sentiment and what Trump was trying to say. And I always said this, when somebody say, you don't ever say nothing bad about Trump. What's something you don't like about Trump? You just heard it. You just heard it. All right, folks. So with that being said, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here. I really do appreciate you guys being in here. Shout out to my moderators, Red being here moderating, Caroline in here moderating, and if she's in here lying dormant, non-lethal. Appreciate my moderators for being here. Appreciate my subs for being here as well as you guys. Unconventional Tia. appreciate you being here, sis. Shout out to you, and make sure you say hi to your husband for me. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit the thumbs up button before y'all get out of here if you enjoyed this. If you are watching me for the first time, consider subscribing to the channel. Make sure you check me out and spread the word, all right? I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.